Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Mark Blunden with eXp Realty, serving Laguna Woods Village and South Orange County. If you're buying, selling, investing, or simply keeping an eye on the local market here in the village, this is the video for you. Every month we break down the latest numbers, separate the headlines from the reality, and help you understand what is actually happening in one of the most unique housing markets in Southern California. Because Laguna Woods Village isn't one market, it's really several different markets operating behind the same gates. Different mutuals, different buyer pools, different ownership structures, different price points. And understanding those differences can make a huge difference when you're buying or selling. So let's dive into the July 2026 numbers. If you're new here, welcome to Living in Laguna Woods Village. On this channel, we explore what life is really like here in the village, from real estate and market updates to the lifestyle, amenities, and everything you should know before making a move. If that sounds useful, I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's take a look at this month's market update. Here are the 6 biggest takeaways from July. First, inventory continued to grow. Active listings increased from 208 up to 240, the highest level we've seen since October 2020. Second, homes actually sold faster. Median days on market fell from 36 down to 24 days. Next, the median sales price softened slightly, moving from $460,000 down to $450,000. Fourth, negotiation changed very little. Homes sold for approximately 96% of their original asking price. Fifth, closed sales eased slightly, declining from 54 sales in June to 50 in July. And finally, month supply of inventory increased from 4.2 months up to 5.1 months, bringing Laguna Woods even closer to a balanced market. So what's the overall story? Inventory is increasing, buyers have more choice, but well-priced homes continue to sell surprisingly quickly. That tells me that the market isn't really slowing, it's becoming more selective. Let's begin with inventory. Active listings increased from 208 up to 240 homes. That's a significant move. For buyers, it means more opportunities to compare floor plans, locations, views, and price points before making a decision. For sellers, it means more competition. Today's buyers have options. They're comparing your home with several others before writing an offer. That makes pricing, presentation, and first impressions more important than ever. More inventory doesn't automatically mean falling prices. It simply means buyers have become more selective. Now, let's talk about speed. Days on market dropped from 36 days down to 24 days in July. This is one of the most interesting numbers this month. Inventory increased, yet homes sold faster. That tells me buyers are still highly motivated when they find the right property. They're not buying everything, they're buying the best homes. If you're selling, that's encouraging. A well-priced, well-presented home can still move very quickly. Month supply of inventory increased from 4.2 months up to 5.1. I've always liked this statistic because it gives us one of the clearest pictures of the overall market balance. At just over 5 months, Laguna Woods is sitting in what we'd probably describe as a balanced market. Neither buyers nor sellers have a significant advantage. Instead, success comes down to strategy. Buyers, there are more opportunities. Sellers, realistic pricing has become increasingly important. Let's look at negotiation. Homes sold for approximately 96% of their original asking price, compared to 96.2% last month. That's a very small change, but it continues the gradual trend that we've been watching throughout the year. Buyers have gained just a little more negotiating room, not because sellers are desperate, but because buyers simply have more homes to choose from. Closed sales declined slightly from 54 in June to 50 in July. I wouldn't read too much into that. 50 closed sales still represents a healthy month for Laguna Woods Village. To me, it simply reinforces the picture we've already seen. Buyers remain active, they're just becoming more selective about which homes they choose. The village-wide median sales price slipped from $460,000 down to $450,000. On its own, that's not enough to suggest values are falling. Remember, Laguna Woods contains 3 very different housing markets. The mix of homes that happen to close each month can move the median quite noticeably. That's why we always encourage clients to look beyond the headline number. The individual mutuals often tell a much more accurate story. Finally, let's look at price per square foot. This increased again from $381 in May, $424 in June, and now $427 per square foot in July. That's moving in the opposite direction to the village-wide median sales price. It tells us buyers continue paying strong prices for the most desirable homes. But as always, price per square foot only becomes meaningful when comparing similar homes within the same mutual, floor plan, and condition. It's a useful indicator, but not a shortcut for determining value. Hi, it's Mark here. If you're thinking about moving to Laguna Woods Village or South Orange County, you're in the right place. My team and I help people move here every single day. Whether your move is 9 days away or 9 months away, we're here to help. You can call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom. All our contact information is in the description below. Let's get back to it. Now, let's go mutual by mutual, because this is where Laguna Woods gets especially interesting. United behaves differently from Third, Third behaves differently from the Towers. Different ownership structures, different buyers, different financing options. They also have different price points, and understanding those differences is often far more useful than relying on one village-wide average number. United Mutual posted 22 closed sales in July, up slightly from 21 in June. The median sales price declined from $412,000 to $404,000. Days on market improved significantly, falling from 34 down to 22. Homes sold for about 98% of their original asking price, and the median price per square foot declined from about $415 down to $403. What does this all tell us? Well, United remained active and stable. Sales increased slightly, homes sold much faster, and sellers continued receiving close to their asking price. The modest decline in median price per square foot and median price likely reflects the particular mix of homes that closed during July rather than a major loss of demand. United continues to offer strong value for buyers seeking cottage-style living, greenbelt locations, lower purchase prices than many Third Mutual homes. Takeaway for sellers, well-priced United homes can move quickly. Buyers, more inventory creates more choice, but those desirable cottages may not sit around for long. Third Mutual posted 27 closed sales in July, down 3 from 30 in June. The median sales price fell from $552,500 down to $510,000. Median days on market remained almost unchanged, going from 35 to 36 days. Homes sold for approximately 98% of their original asking price, very similar to last month. Median price per square foot declined from approximately $448 down to $439. So Third showed more pricing softness than United during July, but the stable market time is important. Homes continued selling in about 5 weeks, which suggests buyers remain active. They're simply becoming more selective and more price conscious. Third Mutual includes everything from smaller condos to larger homes with garages, elevators, and panoramic views, so the monthly sales mix can move the median substantially. For sellers, pricing based on the closest comparable homes, not the highest sale, is becoming increasingly important, and for buyers, higher inventory and slightly softer pricing may create better opportunities to compare and negotiate. Now, the towers recorded 3 closed sales in June, but just 1 in July. The median sales price moved from 150 up to 450,000. Days on market went from 85 just to 1. Sales to list price ratio increased from 77% up to 98%. Median price per square foot went from 134 up to 437. Now, before anyone concludes that towers prices suddenly tripled, we must interpret this correctly. With only 1 closed sale, July's median is simply the price of that one property. The 1-day market time belongs to that one property, and the price per square foot reflects that one residence that sold. So those figures don't really describe the towers market as a whole. They describe one transaction that closed in July that clearly appealed strongly to one buyer. Understand the towers properly, we need several months of data and comparisons between similar floor plans. That's exactly why small sample sizes require caution. The towers also remains a very specialized market. Buyers are choosing a service-oriented lifestyle that includes dining credits, housekeeping, all the utilities, maintenance, concierge services, not simply purchasing square footage. So for sellers, don't price from just one exceptional closing, and buyers, evaluate the entire lifestyle package, including the monthly fees and the included services. Now, if you remember one thing from this month's Market Pulse, remember this. Inventory is rising, but buyers are still moving quickly when the right home comes along. This is not a market where everything sells immediately, and it's not a market where nothing is moving. It's a selective market. Buyers have more choice and slightly more leverage. But well-priced, well-presented homes continue to attract attention. So, what is the bottom line? Buyers have more choices than they've had in several years. Sellers have more competition. Negotiation has loosened slightly, but desirable homes are still selling at a healthy pace. United remained stable and moved quickly. Third showed some pricing softness while maintaining consistent market time. And the towers produced one exceptional sale that should not be mistaken for a broader market trend. Overall, I would describe the Laguna Woods market as healthy, balanced, and increasingly selective. Over the next 2 to 3 months, we expect inventory to remain elevated as we move from late summer into fall. That should continue giving buyers a healthy range of choices and modest negotiating opportunities. For sellers, preparation and pricing will remain critical. The strongest homes should continue to perform well. Overpriced listings may sit longer and require adjustments. For buyers, this may be one of the better environments we've seen in several years to compare homes carefully and purchase with confidence. But a balanced market does not mean every seller is desperate. The best homes can still move quickly. Now, if you'd like a mutual specific analysis of your home, or you're trying to decide which mutual might be the best fit for your lifestyle, we would be delighted to help you. Every home is different, every floor plan is different, and every mutual has its own unique characteristics. That's why we prepare personalized market analyses rather than relying on village-wide averages. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or simply planning ahead, feel free to reach out anytime. You can call or text us directly at 949-599-4086. You can email us at the address on the screen. We're always happy to answer your questions. I am Mark Blunden with eXp Realty. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate all your support, and we'll see you in the next video.